What is going on, Governors? Chisgule here, and today we're going to talk about how you can get sick value from the new Osiris League shops and the new betting systems that have just entered into the game. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Osiris League shops and betting. If you're into Rise of Kingdoms videos where we help you get edge against your enemies, then you should like and subscribe to get daily content on Rise of Kingdoms, and we are a sponsored creator for this game. Let's talk about some of the stuff that is pretty gosh darn new. First and foremost, Eye for Talent. You may have noticed that when you open this up, you get some currency, and this currency is used to place bets on different alliances that are battling it out in the Osiris League. Now, I don't know if you're following along with League gameplay. We'll be covering this on our channel as well as in other places. However, you can now bet on which alliance or alliances you think are going to win it all. Now, if you're right, you get a payout based on how many of these coins that you have gone and bet. And it's based on when you bet them. So if you bet right now, you can see at the very bottom, highlighted in orange, is a 16x multiplier. For every coin you put onto an alliance right now, if they win, you get 16x the rewards. Now, they got to win it all to get those rewards, so you got to be pretty confident to be betting so far out. The closer we get to the actual final event, the less the payout is. So there's a 12x payout for the group stage round 2, 10x payout for group stage round 3, 8x for round of 16, quarterfinals 6x, 4x for the semifinals, and 2x in the finals. So basically, if you save all your coins to the very end and you guess correctly, you can double your coins, but you're choosing between two, so like 50-50 that you would get that right. However, maybe you've got some insight that helps you know, I think it's going to be this alliance instead of that alliance. That's how you get some edge here. Now, the shop for these coins is pretty interesting. It's a little bit different than what we've had before. There is a cosmetic, the Harvest Goddess statue. This is the sort of thing that would be pretty cool to get if you're into achievements. I personally have always erred on the side of getting things that make me more effective in combat. So in this particular set of things that you could go get, I would lean toward the material choice chests. Then I would lean toward legendary commander sculptures. And then from there, you've got a lot of choices between speed ups and stars. Of course, the gold keys and resources are fine too if you totally shoot the moon and guess a whole bunch of coins up front on the right one. You can get more of these coins, for which you get 2 just for opening up this shop. Those coins are available to you in a bundle that you can purchase. That bundle is in the shop right now. It does exist. It's the Mark of the Champion. This bundle does escalate up to a $20 bundle. I don't know that we're even going to bother buying it. Maybe we will just for the YouTubes, but for now, I feel like we can sit back. Now, why am I saying that in part? I expect that this very week, we're going to have a recharge-related event and a spring event. That's my suspicion. I could be wrong. And if we're going to have that, you may as well wait to buy some of these bundles until you can get some extra goodies for having done so. So that's my suspicion. We'll see if it actually works out that way. But you can get a bunch more of these Marks of the Champion if the thing that you're gunning for is ultimately to go and claim the cosmetic. Otherwise, getting those other things from that shop, you probably can get more efficiently other ways than by trying to spend over here, unless you just are a genius at the betting thing, and then like, all right, cool, maybe you'll get sick value or maybe you'll get wrecked. I personally, uncertain if I'm going to go all in on that bundle. If we key on back to the Osiris League, I do want to call attention to the fact that the overall shop has now appeared. Within it, you'll find legendary commander sculptures, 50% expansions, and stars. That's what I find most compelling, probably in that order. There are also some cosmetics here. I don't think I will pick these up in favor, again, of going for things that help me in combat, but if you're into achievements, it is generally helpful to pick up literally every cosmetic that finds its way into the game. There's also some gold keys and some healing speed ups in here. Those are pretty low priority for me. I'm going to start with the legendary commander sculptures. That's going to be my first pickup from this shop over here. You get currency from this by playing Ark of Osiris and Ark League battles during Season 2 of Ark Osiris League. This shop will shut down at the end of League, so make sure you spend your currency here before the season concludes. Now, there is more betting to do. That betting will require you to have some currency that is obtained from daily and weekly quests. So you're going to want to do both of these. And importantly, if you were queuing up troop reserves to train huge amounts of troops and have them all finish on Mighty Governor, you may want to slightly rethink that strategy. You're going to have to train 4,000 troops a day in order to keep up with the Allure of Gold quests. You also gather resources in your city, defeat barbarians, collect resources on the map. Some pretty basic stuff on a daily level. There is, however, weekly quests that are important. Earning Aurics, 1,000 of them, basically doing your daily quests. That'll give you more Aurics. Purchasing items in the courier station, interestingly enough, gives you a coin that you can use in the Eye for Talent. Kind of cool. Logging in for 5 days gives you currency as well. Using 5,000 minutes worth of training speed ups in a given week will also give you a bunch of currency. Now, I'm kind of like shaking my fist because I literally just trained for Mighty Governor. I literally trained for Mighty Governor, and then this event came out. I was like, no. Whatever, 5,000 minutes of training speed ups. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, but that's a non-trivial amount every single week. It does give you a coin. You can go make a bet. And then making one league bet, which is separate from Eye for Talent. One league bet every week is going to give you more Aurics. Now, these Aurics are used over here, yet another shop, woohoo, and some currency to go spend. How does this work? The way that league bets work is that you place some number of Aurics on who you think is going to be the winner. You can only bet on one side or the other for who is going to win. So, for instance, a lot of people think JWM2 is going to be the winner versus 96RZ, the Royals. This is going to be a really interesting matchup to watch. The strategy you can use to bet here varies. If you bet on the underdog, you have a larger prize pool to go claim if you're correct. If you bet on the overdog, in this case it's JWM2, people expect they will win. Then, when you win, you'll get stuff, but it's going to be a sort of smaller amount than if you bet on the underdog. So you've got some interesting choices here in where you're going to bet. If we just cruise on down, right now, this is a really interesting matchup. This is my alliance, Smash Squad. People think we're going to win by a lot. If you bet on Snow and they happen to win, you're going to get a lot of Aurics out of the deal. Of course, I think we're going to win, but, you know, we're biased. Speaking of being biased, you can't actually bet on your own matchup. If I try to do that, let's just see here. Here's 11 Aurics. 11 Aurics on Smash Squad Wolves. You cannot bet on this alliance's battles. Please check the rules. You can't bet on your own alliance, which is kind of funny. I guess they don't want you to be able to throw the match. I actually think that's pretty reasonable. So you can bet on anyone but your own alliance, and you can only bet for one side of the equation. So if I were to bet on the Misfit Lions division in this matchup, I could not then go bet on the other alliance, DS, #P, Deadly Sins Pride. I wonder, like, what is the hashtag for? Deadly Sins, #P, whatever. I don't know. That's probably the way they have things set up in their kingdom. So if you pick one, you can't pick the other. And I think that this is a kind of fun thing to go and do. But you got to keep in mind, when you bet these Aurics, if you lose, there's consequences. The consequence when you lose is that you are going to lose half your Aurics. So if I bet 100 Aurics and I'm incorrect, I'm going to lose 50 Aurics. So it's not all of them. It is some of them, though. And at the end of the event, wow, unused Aurics are reclaimed as food. at a 1-to-1 ratio, just spend your Aurics. Don't get caught with a bunch of Aurics at the end of the season. Great news, here is what you can spend your Aurics on. There is once again a cosmetic in the shop, statue of the Sphinx. There are also legendary commander sculptures, and I would argue the most important thing in this shop is Iset's Sufferance, the Cavalry Gloves that have 6% total of Cavalry stats. These are insanely good. Last season, they let you buy up to 7 of those, so kind of remarkable. This season, you only can get 1 full pattern. Pretty remarkable. You're definitely going to want to get that. In general, I think it's good to get the patterns, so I'll pick up the Seth Brutality Blueprint as well, especially because those are exclusive to this particular shop. And then Legendary Commander Sculptures are, of course, the jam. Anything extra, maybe I'll get the Statue of the Sphinx, but this is kind of a low priority for me to get the cosmetic. There is also, interestingly, a new rankings board, which I think is awesome, to showcase who has done the best job betting overall, both on a per round and total earnings basis, which is kind of cool. These rankings are refreshed after every match, and you can compare to your kingdom or your realm. The realm is referring to all of the kingdoms either below, I forget what the number is, or above that certain number. I'm sure that's in the rules somewhere. It's like 1,300 something is the cutoff kingdom for which grouping of kingdoms you're battling with in League. And now if we just get a quick peek at our own schedule here, we'll get a quick peek at our own schedule. We are in Group G. We are in Group G. HOF, Hall of Fame, 2.7 billion power. Snow is sitting at a cool 2.35 billion power. And C9N is sitting at 2.9 billion power. We are at 3.04, which puts us at the highest power in this particular division. Our first matchup is going to be against Snow, unless that's changed. It has not. You can see that down below. 1,500 UTC. Should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to Ark League Season 2. Who do you think is going to win it all? Where are you going to place your bets? Let me know down below in the comments. And until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.